Okay, this lesson today is on modeling, multiplication, and division of fractions. The first two examples I'm going to give you are modeling of multiplication of fractions. And what I've been trying to work with the kids is noticing what the picture is actually representing. And that to me is the hardest part. So as you can see, you've got three tall rectangles, and each rectangle has been divided into fifths, and you have 2/5 shaded in each one. So this model represents 2/5 being added 3 times. So, and another way of writing repeated addition is to multiply. So we could put 2/5 times 3 wholes. And the way we've been solving that is to be sure and put the whole number over 1, because 3 equals 3 over 1. And then multiplying 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 times 1 is 5. And 6/5 equals 1 and 1/5. And that's just changing your improper fraction into a mixed number. So you have 2/5 3 times, which is 6/5. And you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/5. The second example I'm going to show you is they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rectangles. And these 7 rectangles have been cut into thirds, and 1/3 out of each one has been shaded. So this represents 1/3 7 times. So again, you would multiply 1/3 times 7, put your 7 over 1 so that you have a fraction times a fraction. And 1 times 7 is 7, and 3 times 1 is 3. Then you would change your improper fraction to a mixed number by dividing and writing your remainder as a fraction. So if you count these, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thirds, which as a mixed number would be 2 wholes and 1/3. Okay, now to move on to division, you'll notice that these 5 rectangles are completely shaded. Instead of just 1/5 being shaded, or 1/4, or 2/3, the whole rectangle is being shaded. But if you take those 5 whole rectangles and look at them, they've all been divided into 4 equal groups. So all 5 of these rectangles have been divided by 1/4. And this model represents how many 1/4s are in these 5 holes. So if you count them, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 1/4s in the 5 holes. So 5 divided by 1/4 is 20. Now to show that without a model, or in addition to a model, to check it, you would put your 5 over 1, make it a fraction, change the division symbol to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. It's important to only flip the second fraction. Then 5 times 4 is 20, 1 times 1 is 1, 20 divided by 1 is 20. So then you know you've got it right. Now another division you will see sometimes, instead of the whole thing being divided, a whole number being divided into by a fraction, you have a fraction being divided and being cut. So this would be, as you can see, they've shaded 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 1/5. That would be like if you had 1/5 of a pizza. And then you cut that 1/5 in half. So what it's representing is, what is this section right here? How much of the whole is this section? So 1/5 has been divided by 2 equal groups. And your answer would be 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your answer would be 1/10. And if you use the copy, change, flip method, you would copy the first fraction, change the division symbol to multiply, and flip this second fraction. This is really 2 over 1, so when you flip it, it would be 1/2, and then you would get 1/10, which matches our model. Another one that's a little bit confusing that you'll see a lot on Study Island is a decimal number. And they could write it in fraction format or decimal. But as you can see, the shaded orange is 1 whole and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10. So that's 1 whole and 6/10. And as you can see, they've been divided with these little red boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So it's 1 6/10 divided by 4. So we could also write that as a mixed number, 1 6/10 divided by 4. Your answer is actually this little section that is in the red box. So 1, 2, 3, 4/10 should be our answer. So if we change this to an improper fraction, that's 16/10. Change that to multiply and flip this fraction, copy, change, flip. Then we would have 16/40. And if we reduce that or simplify that, that would be 4/10, which can be simplified a little bit more and equal 2/5. So, and a lot of times on Study Island, they don't want the answer. They just want you to see that that is 1 whole and 6/10 being divided into 4 equal groups. And you can see the 4 equal groups all have 4/10 inside. So that is modeling and division and multiplication of fractions. And you can practice these on studyisland.com. Thank you.